How y'all feeling out there? Good, good? I'm feeling good too. I've been in DC a while, and working in radio and television all these years, I've gotten to know a lot of people. I see a lot of familiar faces tonight, a lot of friends, a lot of people that feel like family. And one thing that sticks out to me about people that live in DC, they know a little something about fighting against the odds. I think that's why I have such a great admiration for successful women like our next presenter. Make some noise if you know what it means to get it out the mud. Yeah. For me, it's like being relentless regardless of the situation. Making a path when there really is one. Reaching behind you and bringing your friends with you. Pulling up your city with you. And that's why she inspires me so much. She has risen from being a Ward 4 council member to Washington, D.C.'s first female two-term mayor, and her visionary leadership is creating a climate where the arts can truly flourish here in D.C. Please welcome to the stage our mayor, the Honorable Muriel Bowser.
Well, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Please, no, please. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I am very delighted to be here, and I am very happy to acknowledge and welcome you and thank you to everyone who has been involved in the planning of this event to the 37th Annual Mayor's Arts Awards. Happens that I think this is my 7th time or 8th time welcoming you to this event. And since I've been mayor and since Angie Gates has been my director, we have been doing it big and differently at the Mayor's Arts Awards. Our vision is that the arts are inclusive. The arts include all 8 wards and all disciplines. We focus on the creative economy because we want everyone to know, just as Ms. Jones said earlier, you can be a creative in Washington, D.C. and live and work right here in Washington, D.C. So we are celebrating this month 202 Creates. And 202 Creates is a month-long celebration of the arts where we highlight creatives in all 8 wards. I want to thank, as I have already mentioned, our Office of Cable, Television, Music, Film, and Entertainment and its director, Angie Gates. Please give them a big round of applause for the vision for 202 Creates, executing each and every day, working hand in hand with our artists, especially as we focus on our comeback. And it does me very proud to see this venue filled with people. How many people, is this your first time in this venue? A lot of people have never been here, and we want you to know, all the artists and people who want to work and do business here, that there are places all over D.C. To work. We love the Mayor's Arts Awards in my administration because we get to present to D.C. residents artists that they may have never seen before. We get to celebrate work that may be unsung, and we get to see all of the different things that we have to offer in our city. But most importantly, we get to say thank you. And we get to acknowledge people who toil away, sometimes behind the scenes, without getting that very public acknowledgement of saying we see you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for the sacrifices that you make to bring color and life to our city. So let's give all the artists a big round of applause. I have the honor tonight of presenting a distinguished honor, the Mayor's Arts Award for the distinguished honor. And this award is presented to an individual, group, or nonprofit organization whose contribution to the arts and culture in the District of Columbia have been substantial for more than 20 years. And we are celebrating tonight's recipient for two reasons. One, because of her unmatched artistic and creative contributions to our city and her area of expertise, and because today is her 103rd birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you will hear from Miss Vanilla Bean. Miss Bean has been creating custom-made masterpieces for more than 6 decades. Early in her career, she worked as an elevator operator, a seamstress, a mail clerk, and in her spare time, she mastered the art of hat making. And then in 1979, she made her dream a reality and opened her first shop, the Bean Millinery and Bridal Surprise, in the heart of Ward 4. It is in Miss Bean's gift of style that ushered customers to her doors and kept people coming back. Churchgoers, Derby attendees, socialites, community leaders, and a mayor or two. She famously kept civil rights icon Dorothy Height looking splendid. And in fact, one of those hats is part of a memorial in front of the home where Miss Height lived in Southwest. And for the 40th stamp in the U.S. Postal Service Black Heritage Series features Miss Dorothy Height wearing a Vanilla Bean creation. And in 2019, I had the pleasure of declaring September 13th as Vanilla Bean Day in honor of her 100th birthday. The contributions she has made to our community, and she continues to make, because when she turned 100, she was still going to her shop every day to work. And tonight, we are proud to shine a light on a true legacy of virtue, style, entrepreneurships, and DC's hat lady, Miss Vanilla Bean.
After the first video is over, we're going to start her towards the stage, literally in the middle.
So please join me in watching the video tribute.
A stylish topper, a chapeau of power, a crown of beauty. By any name, they're hats, but more than hats, they're artistic confections denoting style, stature, and individuality. Wearable art created by DC's most celebrated hat maker, Ms. Vanilla Bean. Vanilla Powell Bean is truly one of the city's artistic treasures. She's fondly called the Hat Lady, an homage to her gift of designing beautiful and unique hats. Hats befitting women in all walks of life. Now 103 years of age, Ms. Bean arrived in DC some 80 years ago. And over the course of the decades, she grew from dreamer to craftswoman to legend. She was born in rural North Carolina and had hopes of replacing years of hard farm work, laboring in the fields, with something else. Something that would demand commitment and dedication.
I just love making hats. I try them on as make them, see how it looks on me. It's a lot of fun.
In the 1950s, as a wife and mother, Ms. Bean found work at the Washington Millinery Supply. She was already a talented seamstress, and so she taught herself how to design and make hats. She often made them at home and sold them in the shop. Her hats were dazzling expressions of art and beauty, and soon it became clear that crafting glorious headpieces was her gift. When the millinery shop eventually closed, Ms. Bean called on her entrepreneurial spirit and her creative drive and continued to make hats from her home. She became so successful that in 1979, at age 60, she opened her own shop, Benet Millinery and Bridal Supplies, where each hat, as always, was handmade with a style all its own. Her clients have included renowned civil rights activist Dr. Dorothy Height, Mayor Muriel Bowser, Missouri Congresswoman Cori Bush, poet and author Maya Angelou, who is gifted with one of Bean's hats, and generations of women in the DMV and beyond who lovingly don her creations for Sunday service. The recognition of her art and determination is everywhere. On a U.S. postage stamp, in the National Museum of African American History and Culture, in the ledgers of Babson College, where she was recently inducted into its Academy of Distinguished Entrepreneurs, in the National Association of Fashion and Accessory Designers Hall of Fame, and in not one, but 2 Vanilla Bean Days here in the District of Columbia to celebrate an artist and businesswoman who creates beauty and inspires entrepreneurs.
You have to work at it every day. It's not something you can let somebody else do. You have to be involved yourself.
So it's my honor to present the 2022 Mayor's Arts Award for distinction to Vanilla Bean.
I feel good, and it's an honor to receive this award. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's an honor to accept this award. Thank you.